Welcome to Bravisatempletree's mutual fund series. In this video, we will talk about one more multi-cap mutual fund, Canara Robecco Equity Diversified Fund. Why did we choose this fund? It has a small assets under management, which is a significant advantage as the fund manager can move in and out of stocks faster. It has a portfolio which has the right stocks and exposure, and its performance has been at the top among its peers. Let's look at the fund's returns. In the last 5 years, it has given 11.8% per annum. In 3 years period, it has given its investors 10.09%, and in the last 1 year, it's given 15.11%. 1 year returns has been positive, which need not be the same always. Some years can be negative. The category average returns has been 9.51% in the last 5 years. This fund has outperformed the category average by more than 2%. The numbers might be small, while when you compound it, the profits are significant. 1 lakh invested at 9.51% will be at 1.58 lakhs after 5 years. The same if it is invested with 11.8% returns after 5 years, 1 lakh will be 1.75 lakhs. So, if I am investing into this fund, what can I expect as returns? If I am investing for 1 year, I can have a minimum return of minus 16.61% to a maximum of 50.55%. It is a historic range. You can expect to have your returns within this range. Now, this fund has given 15.11% in the last 1 year, which is well within the range. So, knowing the range of your fund's performance will help you understand whether your investment is doing good or bad. In this fund, if we are investing for 3 years, your minimum returns can be at minus 4.7% to a maximum of 129.97%. Even after 3 years, there is a possibility of having negative returns. This is because of some one-off events like COVID that we had this year. There is a possibility of having some adverse events at all times. In this fund, if you are investing for 5 years, your minimum returns goes up to 27.27% and the maximum shoots up to 185.57%. Your investment will triple in 5 years. Let's look at the percentage of times you can have negative returns in various investing periods in Canara Robecco Equity Diversified Fund. If you are investing for 1 year, this fund has a 22% chance of giving negative returns. If you are staying invested for 3 years, your negative return chances is just 1.02%. Same, if you are investing for 5 years, there is 0% chance of having negative returns. Mutual funds never give losses to its investors. It is due to their impatience investors create losses in their accounts. Choose a right fund and stay invested for more than one cycle. You cannot have negative returns. This thought of having FD kind of returns from investments came in 2018 when a large segment of new investors who came to mutual funds post the demonetization were from the FD background. FD interest rates were going down. Mutual funds were giving very big dividends. All got lured in. Everyone knows that in the long run, mutual funds give far higher returns than FDs. Again, impatience played a significant role and brought in fear and opinions in the short term. When the markets went down in 2018, all the new investors began to complain that they should have stayed with FDs itself. Then mutual funds came out with this reporting to look at the possibility of having FD kind of returns from mutual fund schemes. In this fund, if you are invested for 1 year, you can have a 61% chance of having more than 7% returns. That is, nearly 40% of the time you will not have 7% returns. When you stay invested for 3 years, your chance of having more than 7% returns goes up to 88%. The same when you stay for 5 years, there is a 97% chance that you will have more than 7% returns. It made it very significant that stay invested for a longer period. you can make decent gains from mutual funds. What are the stocks the scheme holds and how much exposure they have gives us a picture on the quality of the fund. Canara Robecco Equity Diversified Fund has these stocks in its top 10 holdings. Top 10 holdings form 36% of the total assets the fund is managing. It means that more than 1/3 of the performance comes from the top 10 stocks the fund has. Most of them are having beautiful runs. The banking sector has turned around and has a long way to go. 16% exposure to banking and finance sector. It can bring significant gains to this fund. Automobile sector has bottomed out and has been shining bright. Atul and Balakrishna are having outstanding performance in the market. As we had shared, this scheme always has a right mix of stocks and has consistently been holding the top positions in the market. Let's look at how strong the portfolio of the fund is in the current market. We have a style box which we have devised to find the strength and weakness of mutual funds. In Canara Robecco Equity Diversified Fund, more than 70% of their holdings are going up. Among that, 52% are robust. When this number is high, it gives a understanding that this fund is outperforming. In a bullish market, if funds have more concentration of exposure into bullish stocks, that gives them an edge in performance. This fund qualifies in that category. Of the 30% that is weak, it looks like they are catching up too. The transition from weak to healthy also brings a huge space for high growth. When the economy begins on its new journey, more business activities happen in industrial growth. It means more use of metals and chemicals, building businesses with new plants, manufacturing products of consumption and funding that growth. The scheme exposure in So, Canara Robecco Equity Diversified Fund is an excellent scheme to be invested for long term. You can plan to have 11% annualized growth on your investments and reach your goals. For those who are investing through SIPs, you can capture the volatility in the market and also have some more added profits. You can get your mutual fund portfolios reviewed to align them for your goals through our portfolio consultancy services. Book your appointment for the review through the link provided in the description below. Thank you.